In this video, I want to talk about financial statement, which is your second chapter. But first of all, let us go for a simple definition of financial statement. Financial statements are those statements which are prepared to show the financial performance and position of the business. The main responsibility behind the financial statement is basically this one. We prepare the financial statement usually at the end of the year. Even it can be prepared during the year as well, but usually we prepare this one at the end of the year. And the main purpose of this one is this one, to show the financial performance as well as to show the financial position of the business, right? Financial performance of the business simply means it's a statement which shows the profitability of the business. It means one of the purpose of financial statement is to show that whether the business made profit or whether the business suffered loss. And the second importantness or purpose of financial statement is this one, to show the financial position of the business. Financial position, as we have shown somehow in chapter number 1, that it records all assets, liability, and capital, and finally compare both of them, whether both sides are equal or not, right? So that one is called financial position. But we will discuss in detail while discussing the 4 types of financial statement. But for the time being, just remember that financial statements are those statements which are usually prepared at the end of the accounting period or at the end of the year. And the main purpose of this statement is this one, to show the financial performance as well as to show the financial position of a particular business and during a specific period of time. For example, how was the profitability of the company during 6 months? How was the profitability of the company during 1 year؟ درست است؟ پوزیشن بزنس در سال قبلی چطور بوده؟ بزنس چقدر فایده کرده یا نقص کرده؟ We have basically 4 types of this financial statements. چند نوع financial statement داریم؟ 4 نوع داریم که به این ترتیب می‌داریم نام بگیریم شد. Number 1, income statement. Also we can call it profit and loss statement, or we can call it income account. Right? Simply we can call it income account. Profit and loss account, sorry. Income statement, profit and loss statement, or profit and loss account. These are the different names which can be used for the same thing. Second statement is this one, balance sheet statements or position statements, right? Next one is statements of cash flow, or also we can call it cash flow statement. And the last one is owner equity statement. So now let us go one by one and discuss each of them. So first of all, let us discuss what is income statement, right? Yeah. Number 1, income statement. Number 1 is income statement. What is income statement? A question is here. Income statements, as also we could call it profit and loss statements, basically contains all revenues and expenses to show the profitability of a business during a specific period of time. This is the first statement that we have to prepare in the business in order to check that whether we made profit in the business or whether we suffered loss. If you made profit, of course, also you need to provide a report, or otherwise, if you suffered loss, also for that one you have to prepare the report. But remember that in this statements, as I have mentioned here, we record only these 2 things. We record, for example, how much is the revenue of the business, as well as we record, for example, how much expenses of the business, right? And then we compare that whether revenue is more or whether expenses is more. If revenue is more, the result is profit. If the expenses is more, the result is what? Loss, right? Now let us check the format of profit and loss statement basically here. This is the format of profit and loss account or profit and loss statement, right? So you have to draw the table. It should have 2 columns. چند کلم باید داشته باشه؟ 2 کلم داشته باشه. یک کلم پارتیکولار نام بونه و کلم دیگر رو میتونید جا میشه چی بونین؟ اماونت بونین که مقدار پول چی کنه براتون نشون بده. در کلم پارتیکولار این به 2 بخش در خدمت تقسیم میکنیم. اول revenue رو نوشته کنین که revenue. تحت revenue باز انواعش نوشته کنین. 1 revenue، 2، 3، 4، 5، 6، 7، 8، 9، خدا کنه 20 30 تا هر چقدر revenue داشته باشین انواعش چی کنین؟ نوشته کنین. Usually we start revenue with this one, with the net sale, right? So net sale, how to find the net sale? You know that total sale minus sales return and discount if it is available. So you can find out the net sale. So net sale, suppose in our case, it is equal to how much? It is, suppose this much, 30,000. Next one is, for example, we receive interest. هر چقدر که انکم داشتین اینجا چی کنین؟ نوشته کنین. Interest received, suppose 10,000. Dividend received, suppose 8,000. Rent suppose received 7,000. Discount received suppose 5,000. etc. If you have several income, please mention all of those incomes, right? This is the point. Suppose 30 plus suppose 10,000 plus this. Suppose total become equal to how much? 55,000. So 55,000 in this case become our total income. مجموع عواید ما چند میشه؟ 55,000. بعد از اینکه مجموع عواید تعیین شد برو چی رو نشته کو؟ expense رو نشته کو. Expenses. The first expenses is of course purchase, which we usually need to find out net purchase. How to find out net purchase? Total purchase minus purchase return. فکر کو که اینمی net purchase چند شده اینجا؟ 20,000 باشه. درست؟ بعد از اون traveling expenses, salary expenses, rent expenses, etc. هر چقدر بود دانه چی کنید نشته. که مجموع expenses ما در مجموع اینجا چند هزار شده؟ شده 30,000. این حال ما چی میکنیم؟ From total of revenue minus the total of expenses. ایسانه؟ از مجموع revenue مجموع مصارف چی میکنیم؟ ما شما کم میکنیم. از 50,000 روپیه ببخشید اینجا کمک اشتباه شده این قسمت. Yeah. Now it is fine. From 50,000 minus the amount of this one, 30,000. So you will get a difference of equal to how much? 25,000. 50 minus 30. مجموع عواید ما 50,000 و مجموع مصارف ما چند شد؟ 30,000. سی که برای چند میبره؟ 25,000 روپیه. در اینجا این 25,000 روپیه را با نام چی یاد میکنه؟ با نام profit. How to find out this one? From the total of revenue minus the total of expenses, you will get the amount of this one. If the result like this, if this one is positive, huh? If the result is positive like this, we can call it what? Profit. اگر باز نه که ریزالتش به طور مثال منفی اومد، به طور مثال نشته که دیگه منفی 22,000 یا 3,000 یا 4,000 یا 5,000 چی که بود، با دو صورت منفی که اومد باز بجای پروفیت چی میگه برش؟ لاس میگه. فرمولش چی توست؟ Total revenue minus total of expenses, right? So this was the format of profit and loss or income statement. Once again, make two columns for this one. First of all, mention the total of revenue, mention all revenues and find out the total of revenue. و بعد از اینکه عواید نوشته کردی مجموع عواید پیدا کو، باز مصارف نوشته کو، مجموع مصارف هم چی کنی اینجا پیدا کو. صحیح سنه؟ این که پیدا شد باز از مجموع عواید مجموع مصارف چی کو ازش کم کو. به این ترتیب 55,000 اینجا شد، 30,000 اینجا شد، تفاوتش چند شد؟ 25,000. اگر تفاوتش مثبت بود دیمانو که شما فایده کردین، اگر تفاوت منفی بود دیمانو که شما چی کردین؟ نقص کردین. So thank you. In the next slide, in the next video, you will see examples of this one.